Those who are probably going to be using weapons for the wrong reasons, though, aren't going to be coming into a police station, though, surely?
No, that's not. Well, you'd be surprised, but no, that's generally right. The people who are intent in causing violence and fear with firearms, they're generally not going to be the ones. However, there are people that may have been involved in that kind of world in the past and have been left with remnants of weapons that they've used before, or they've been asked to look after. We've had occasions where partners of people have been left behind with them. You've got people that are with teenage kids that don't want them to fall into their hands, and this applies to air weapons as well. And BB guns that, from the lower end of the scale, antisocial behaviour usage. There might be parents out there that did a little bit of shooting, but they don't want the kids to be involved in it. There's a whole raft right across the range of reasons why people will have got firearms, either illegally held or lawfully held, but just want to safely get rid of them. This is a golden opportunity for this 12-day period, like other forces that have been taking part, to actually safely get rid of them and bring them to us.
Some of our listeners hearing about the Amnesty might think, oh crikey, we've got a bit of a problem with guns in South Yorkshire, that's why they're doing it. What would you say to reassure our listeners?
Well, we haven't got a problem, but like everything, you have to work at being successful at doing things. Yes, we do have violent crime, but our firearms offences for the whole of the county for last year accounts for only 0.2% of all the crimes that we record. So you can see that it's very low. But if we didn't do anything, it might be higher than that. This is a good preventative step to make sure that we can take as many weapons off the street as we possibly can. I'd like it to be zero, but when you consider 0.2 for a county of our size, compared to the other major cities, then we're doing extremely well, and we'd like to try and keep it that way.
How effective is something like an amnesty like this? I mean, typically, I imagine you've done this before, so how many sort of weapons what kind of haul do you get, I guess, from people?
Well, it does depend. But in previous times when we've done this, we've had approaching nearly 100 weapons, and that includes ammunition as well. And we're interested in that because that's just as deadly in the wrong hands. It's prohibited. You need a licence to possess that as well. So, it does just depend on what comes forward from people. But I would urge people that if you've got any qualms, ring us for some advice. You can do that. If you've got any information or any intelligence about anybody in possession of weapons or in the use of weapons, then please feel free to call us, or you can call Crime Stoppers. Obviously, they're a good charity and they provide us all that information. We work very closely with the National Crime Agency, so any supply routes that we can identify, we take steps to try and reduce and to minimise that supply of weapons into our county.